Hello, Combat, and welcome back to another Decks of the Week video. In this video, we're just going to look at over 10 decks of the week. Very interesting week because we got 2 cards this week and we got a new game mode, but we'll talk about them at the end. Before we get into the decks, don't forget to leave a like on the video. It helps the channel a lot. One of the main things YouTube cares about is likes on videos and stuff like that. Maybe the only thing, but anyways, enough rambling about that. Let's get into the deck, shall we? So first up, I'm going to start with like a good stuff Hawk deck. I say good stuff, that's just black ball stature stuff, right? The black ball stature stuff, and it's just kind of good stuff because you get to play good cards, right? So you know, you got White Widows, Jeffs, and stuff like that. They're really just good cards. You have the small move package with the Jeff, the Silk, the Nocturnes, Miles. I'm not a big fan of Enchantress. I just feel like there's better cards in here. All these decks, by the way, you could add Cassandra Nova too, but I wanted to make sure I didn't have 10 decks with Cassandra Nova in. Those I haven't got it yet. So like Enchantress is probably the weak one in here. I just don't see the appeal of Enchantress myself. Never really see any good points for it. So 4 or 5 you could get a better card. Next up we have an Arashim deck. Not much really to say about that. Loki Arashim, you had cards to your deck, you've got Dr. Octopus, you know, woohoo. Thank God for Cassandra. Next up, we have this is a Sasquatch type stuff. So this is like it's just a Sasquatch there, right? You're looking to cheat out cards. So Mysterio removes 3 off Sasquatch and Mockingbird, which is fantastic. Makes them both a 3/10. So if you wanted to Mysterio on 5, you'd be able to play both of these on turn 6 if you wanted to. Ideally, probably not doing that unless you're playing it on Hope and you're getting the kitty down. And if you're probably playing it on 5, you're probably already playing the kitty and other stuff, right? So you're looking to just cheat down the Mockingbird and the Sasquatch. Next got a little bit worse because of the nerf the Mockingbird. Can't really play her out early. This is like just try and get tempo and safety stuff like that. But you know, it's still fine because she's Shang-Chiable now. Where were we? 4. Surfer, again, this is another deck that you could easily put in Cassandra, you could put Copycat in here. Surfer's just got so many good free drops right now. There is so many good free drops that you can put into Surfer decks. It's all about what style you choose to go. It's more like on the buffing side, right? You got your Ford, you got your Nova, you've got your Gwenpool, Bastion Shores, tank up those. Red Guardian to target some cards. Makari, because you can buff her in your hand and you don't need to worry about playing her out because she's comes out at the end of the turn, so you don't need to worry about that. Obviously, Gwen, you want to hit Brood or Bastion. You get Nocturne for some control, lane control type stuff. Absorbing Man for if you want to drop a Surfer early, or you can go free on turn 5, play into the Hope, right? And you can Surf Absorbing Man. You know, there's plenty of plays, and there's so many better. There's so many other free drops as well, right? You've got Copycat, you've got Cassandra, you've got NTW, you've got plenty of other good cards that you could put in here. But this is the buff version. So next up, this is probably one of the best decks in the game, if not the best, I'd say. I do prefer my version with NTW in here, like that I put out yesterday. No, 2 days ago it would have been. I just prefer NTW and he's less over like Hope. I don't really see the need for Hope. But yeah, like this Fina Angela Kitty package is back with back with 4th right now because we've got a lot of good frees. So it can fit in there and buff them up, which kind of sucks because it probably means one of them's getting a nerf again soon. Alright. This package here of Kitty, Fina, Angela is one of the strongest in the game. I would say the strongest package is Korg, Rockslide, Dark Orc. Myself, right now, like the pack, but it's close between the Angela and the Kitty and the Fina. It's just so much value. You can just grow up both of these with Kitty. You can fit them in any deck, so it's kind of really annoying. But the same with the Dark Orc list as well, I feel like. You can fit the Korg and the Dark Orc and it's disruptive. Beats Arashim. It's just Unfortunately, probably going to mean that another Dark Orc list Probably means Dark Ox probably in for nerf number like 20 or whatever, right? Always been nerfed. You could argue that Dark Ox is probably the best card put in the game, just for how long it's been at the top of the meta and how many nerfs it's taken. It just always seems to be around. This one's more a Ravona. It's very similar to the last list, but you've got the Ravona, so you can go Mystique, Sage, and Iron Man for extra power and stuff. While this one had like the Cassandra and the Copycat and stuff like that, right? This had like more freeze and tempo and stuff, and this spreads out a little bit. It goes a little bit wider, while this one goes taller with the Iron Man and stuff. Next up we have Bounce Deck. US Agent's really interested in these because you don't want to go free. Again, this is a list that I would probably myself I have put in Cassandra. I'd have Cassandra in this list of Sage or Bishop. I'm not sure which one. I'd get rid of one of them. Probably the Sage, I think, because you could play Cassandra out early, right, where she's 7 power and she reset it, and then you can also just pick it up and then you can play it down again later or the next turn if you want to. And if it's Arashim, it's already going to be the biggest card in the deck, so I'd probably aim to put Cassandra in a Bounce Deck myself. Okay, we've been rumbling a bit. Next one is a Silky Smooth deck. Again, this is the version that was played before this week, right? So it doesn't have the Copycat, it doesn't have the Cassandra in here, which I'd probably get rid of Mobius for Cassandra. I feel like Mobius is gonna Cassandra's gonna do more than a Mobius is gonna do, so I'd probably get rid of Mobius for Cassandra. Other than that, the rest of the deck's fine. Wait, this is the exact same list. No, this has got like more. This is teched up. This is a teched up Arashim. You gotta be that guy with Leech and Rogue and Shang-Chi and all the annoying stuff. And the last deck is an Ajax deck. You've got all these ways of filling up locations, giving them rocks and stuff. Yeah, and you got the Ajax. Surprising. You'd probably swap the Copycat out for a Hope so that you could go for the Hazmat. Ajax turn 6, which is big play, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe you just get rid of the Mystique. But it's got quite a lot of stuff, right? It's just built to be annoying. And that's it for the decks. But I want to talk about the cards this week, right? So we had... Wait, we should probably start with the Season Pass card. We had Copycat, right? Not Season Pass, the Spotlight card. Copycat, great card. Very overlooked right now because, one, it was kind of awkward into Arashim anyways because a lot of bad cards in there because random cards. 2, Cassandra is just better, like, right now because it just beats Arashim, right? And Arashim was everywhere. And we've got Deadpool's Dino, right? So it's kind of overlooked Copycat a little bit, but fantastic card. If you got 4 keys and you're missing one other card in the Spotlight, I'd probably say go for her. Whether she's worth the tokens or not, it depends on your style because she's probably on the same level as Nocturne that you can fit in most decks. But some decks you're probably going to end up where you don't want to play them both. Right now you're playing them both, but you're probably going to end up playing one or the other. So it comes down to that. Then we'll talk about Cassandra. Honestly, the card's very good right now because I think Arashim. But also, you play it on turn 3. She's what, 7, 8 power, whatever it is. I actually can't remember how big she'll be, depending on what type of deck you got as well. If you give rocks off, they've got cards in their deck or whatever, right? So you just play her out. They lose a power on all their cards, and she's like 7, 8 power. Plus the rest of the cards, right? She's taking -3 off cards they're gonna draw and stuff like that, right? They're gonna draw 4, 5, 6, right? So she's pretty good, very good card, and that's it. Deadpool's Dino, I don't really want to talk much about it because I might talk about it in a video next week. But I actually kind of like it. Once you get past the first 2, 3 tables, and you get going, it's good, which is what it was meant to be, right? It wasn't meant to be something that you do in one night. He just messed up the start where so many people went broke on the first table and then had to wait an hour, which sucked. So yeah. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and I will catch you tomorrow for another video. Peace.